Everyone thinks a deadline on a loan offer is about the lender's schedule. They are wrong. That phrase, limited time only, didn't appear on lending materials by accident. It emerged from a deliberate understanding of how human psychology breaks down under time pressure. The mechanism is older than you might think, rooted in behavioral economics that lenders began weaponizing in the mid-20th century. And here's what matters. The borrower almost never knows they're being nudged. They feel urgency. They don't feel the engineering behind it. Around the 1950s, consumer lending exploded in America. Credit cards were new. Installment plans were becoming normalized. Lenders discovered something crucial. When a borrower has infinite time to decide, they often walk away. But compress that window, create artificial scarcity, and the decision becomes emotional instead of rational. A study published in the 1960s found that time-limited offers increased acceptance rates by nearly 40%. The lender didn't change the terms, only the clock. The psychology here has a name: loss aversion. People feel the pain of missing out far more acutely than the pleasure of a good deal. A borrower thinks, if I don't act now, I lose this rate. I lose this approval. They're not thinking about whether they actually need the money. The deadline rewires the calculation, and lenders knew this. They weaponized it deliberately. By the 1980s and 1990s, this tactic became standard across the industry. Pre-approved offers landed in mailboxes with expiration dates printed in bold. Your rate expires in 10 days, but here's the small irony. The rate almost never actually expires. The lender would renew it. The deadline was pure theater, and yet it worked. Acceptance rates climbed. Modern lending, BNPL, payday loans, refinancing offers inherited this playbook entirely. Complete your application by midnight. This rate locked for 48 hours only. The language changed. The mechanism didn't. What's fascinating is that borrowers now encounter this pressure across platforms simultaneously. The scarcity feels real because it's everywhere, but it's manufactured at scale. The deeper mechanism works like this. Scarcity triggers what psychologists call the urgency bias. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that weighs consequences, goes quiet. Your limbic system takes over. You feel. You don't calculate. A borrower under time pressure is statistically more likely to miss the fine print, to underestimate the total cost, to ignore alternatives. They're operating in a different mental state than they would with time. What's crucial to understand? This isn't accidental design. Lenders employ psychologists and behavioral scientists specifically to engineer these moments. The deadline isn't a byproduct of their business. It's the business. It's why the offer expires at midnight, not next Tuesday. It's why the language emphasizes what you'll lose, not what you'll gain. The entire architecture is built to bypass deliberation. Understanding this doesn't make you immune. Knowing the trick is played doesn't stop it from working. It just makes you aware of when your decision-making is being compressed. That awareness is the only real defense. The next time you see Act Now, you're seeing the distilled result of decades of psychological research applied against your own cognition. That's the exhibit. That's what we're looking at here. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe to uncover more hidden systems in the lending industry. New deep dives arrive weekly. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.